Welcome to the Graybeard Chronicles podcast. Your hosts, Brian Halstead and Kevin Harkins, are two gray-bearded patriots who love God, their family and friends, and their country. The Graybeards are here to inspire, inform, and educate you on a myriad of topics they are passionate about. Brian and Kevin have a strong desire to share this with you to help you live your best life. Sit back and enjoy this amazing podcast as the Graybeards pass along the wisdom of the ages.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. I'm Brian Halstead.
And I'm Kevin Harkins.
And Kevin, we're here to pass along some wisdom of the ages. What the heck does that mean?
We're not perfect, but we do have gray beards. And that means we've got some significant life experience, some life lessons, and some perspectives that are worthy of passing along.
Well, I think that sums it up nicely. Let's get to it.
Kevin, what's going on, man? Good evening. Nice to see you, sir.
Good evening, Brian. You're looking good. You got your beard all trimmed up, and
yes,
looking.
Thank you. Had to tame that rascal a little bit. It was getting a little out of control.
And you'll notice right here, there's a Christmas tree that has popped up about an hour ago. So
beautiful thing. Thank you for waiting till after Thanksgiving to do that.
Yes.
I don't know what has happened to our country and traditions when it comes to that. We're just forgetting holidays. And while Christmas is certainly probably the most paramount holiday of people of the Christian faith, anyways. We can't forget about Thanksgiving. And I think when you put that tree up too early and start decorating for Christmas, it just spoils the Thanksgiving thing. It's its own holiday. Let it have its time.
This has been for me, this has been a compromise, a marital compromise, because in my life, the Christmas tree always went up later, like mid-December or even just a week before Christmas. And then in her life, it went up the day after or a couple days after or the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Right.
So anyway, last year we kind of were more toward my end, and this year we're kind of more toward her end. So there we go.
It's one of those compromise things, right? There's that comic that says, I got married and I wanted a dog and my wife wanted a cat, so we compromised and got a cat.
Yes, I have heard that before, and every time I hear it, I laugh because it's so true.
Right.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, you came up with a fun topic for tonight, and I'm wondering where that came from, because I didn't expect it, and I think it's great that you chose it. So why don't you tell us what it is, and then why don't you tell us why you came up with it?
So the title that I gave you was A Passionate Kiss. And while that's the working title, it might take on a different flair before it actually gets posted and have a different title that includes the same concept. But, ultimately, I came up with this because I don't know if I read this somewhere years ago, or it's just, a moment of brilliance that occurred to me. I don't specifically remember how that happened. What I do know is that I came up with this idea that, as often as possible, preferably on a daily basis, you should take your partner, wife, husband, whoever, significant other, and just embrace them and lay on a strong, passionate kiss. Now, providing, when I say strong, don't get the wrong message there. I'm talking about people that are, willing to participate with you.
Right.
Right. Just embrace them. The importance, I think we may have mentioned at some point, the importance of a hug and the power of that. I think, a kiss has that same potential as well. And I'm not talking about a peck on the cheek or, just a little smooch on the lips. I'm talking about, just laying it down like you were, kissing some girl behind the bleachers at a high school football game when you were, however many years old. If you weren't on the football team, you had to maybe wait till later after the game if you were on the team. But you get the idea what I'm talking about.
I do, and you're right. When you do that, and it's amazing how when you stop kissing and you move away from that circumstance, how much better you feel as a result. I mean,
and you don't want to stop, right? So you stop and you move away, and then you're like, you want to go back. Yeah.
It reduces, stress and strain, and it produces a sense of well-being, and it just makes you feel good. It really does. It's, when you're obviously, like you said, when you're dealing with two willing people who totally dig each other,
right,
and probably don't do that enough. And I would say pretty much everybody probably doesn't do it as much as they should.
Yeah.
But it's you're right. You walk away from that, and it's just, it is a whole new sense of well-being. Like I said, that you're just like, wow, that was good. And it doesn't matter if you're the giver or the receiver, the initiator or the one standing there, and you get it, especially when you get it unexpectedly.
Right. I was just going to say it need not and probably shouldn't be a planned event. Right. It just kind of needs to happen when the other person not initiating at least expects it. It's like, there it is. And yeah, it's we've talked about the number of sexless marriages that there are out there in the world, and how miserable that must be when you get to that point where you don't have that level of physical and emotional connection with the person that you're in a long-term relationship with. This is I think a good way to potentially change that.
Yeah.
Unless there's other reasons, physical or otherwise, that you're not engaging in that activity already, this might be a way to rekindle that fire, if you will.
I think it's a great step in that direction. I'm not sure why I went here. Probably because I know we live in this germaphobe COVID. Don't spread germs, and when you are embraced in a passionate kiss, there's all kind of germs that are getting swapped back and forth. And I know that I've said before, when kissing my wife, she said, I think I might have a little bit of a cold, or I got a runny nose, or I don't care. It don't matter to me. I'm going all in, because I know how much better it's going to make me feel. And you know what? I'm sure it releases endorphins and whatever, and strengthens your immune system. And maybe you are picking up some germs, but a lot of times it doesn't get you, because because of the goodness and the positive physical benefits that come from that kind of embrace and that kind of kiss. So I love it.
Amen.
I think it's great advice.
I think there's a lot of truth to the health benefits of that. All the hormones and so on that you're talking about, the physical response that you have,
Right.
And the emotional response that you have, and the associated health benefits of those. It's can't be understated.
Yeah, well, we've talked many times about the physiological reaction that your body has to stress and strain and all of that, and it shows in your body. And just the opposite happens when you're involved in a passionate kiss that you're deeply into. And so, yeah, it's wonderful.
If you're out there and you're listening to this, or you're watching this, and you're thinking these guys have lost their damn minds, that's possible. Certainly within the realm of possibility. Not likely. What I would challenge you to do is try it, right? What's it going to hurt you? So let's say you're in a relationship that maybe that flame hadn't been burning all that hot, and you want to give this a go. And even if you don't want to give it a go, just humor us and give it a little test run and see what happens. Do this for a week, once a day, when your partner least expects it, and see how it might change the quality of your relationship. I dare you.
You know what? And either send us a note or post it on the comments of the YouTube video or wherever, and just talk about your experience, or write about your experience. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, check it out. Make a comment on YouTube. That would be excellent. If you haven't subscribed to that YouTube channel, then please do that while you're there. And you can find us. It's easily found on YouTube. If you are just listening to the audio version, jump on there and check it out. Graybeard Chronicles on YouTube. And leave us a comment. We'd love to hear those stories, the success stories of the suggestion to engage in that passionate kiss.
Especially if you haven't done it in a while. If you haven't done it in a while, like, like when you first met, and you got that burning fire going on, and you
where you can't, really, when you're away, you can't think about anything else.
Right. And just watch what happens. That's it. Yep. Just watch what happens. It's going to be good. Either that, or you're going to get slapped so hard that you never do it again.
Right. And don't tell us about that. If any criminal charges arise out of this, please do not, try to put any blame on us. We said early on, this is only to be engaged in with willing participants. So.
Right.
All right. Well, go out there and enjoy it, folks. Look forward to hearing some stories about your experience. And Kevin, appreciate the conversation. And
me too.
Too bad you're remote, or I'd give you a pet. No, I'm just kidding.
I know you wouldn't.
He's like, because I wouldn't let you get close enough.
Right. All good though. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, until next time, no matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, make sure between this podcast and the next, you take time
to enjoy the ride.
Engage in that passionate kiss and
enjoy the ride.
I totally messed you up there. Didn't even give you a heads up I was going to do that. So
that's all right.
That's all right. This technology thing never works on the time again.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. Please subscribe so you'll receive notification when new episodes are available. To learn more about the Graybeards, visit their website, graybeardchronicles.com.